Use the appropriate substitutions to write down the first four non-zero terms on the Maclaurin series for the binomial. This is kind of the key word here, binomial. See how this thing has two terms, one, two, two, like two wheels on a bicycle, binomial, two-termer. Well, we have a formula for that, binomial series. It's right here. This is the notes. This is the notes that are online available for you, the binomial series. Here's what I'm going to use in particular. That means if you have 1 plus, it's right here. If you have 1 plus x to the r power, r can be anything, it's going to equal this. So I'm going to write that down. So I'm going to say, okay. So if we have 1 plus x to the r, that is equal to 1 plus rx plus r times r minus 1 over 2 factorial x squared plus r times r minus 1 times r minus 2 over 3 factorial x cubed plus dot, dot, dot. Get the pattern? So you see how, we have two terms up here over 2 factorial with x squared, and then three terms up here over 3 factorial with x cubed, etc. So in our particular case, where this is our R value, our R is 3/4. This is 3/4. And right here, we're plugging in negative x instead of positive x. Okay, so let's do it. So this is still going to be 1 plus, and this Rx term, R is 3/4. So this will be 3/4 x. There's our first, and x is negative. So everywhere we have x, that becomes negative x. And everywhere we have r, that becomes 3/4. So there's our second term. Plus, and now this one's become r 3/4 and r minus 1 over 2 factorial, which is 2 times 1, negative x squared, which will just be positive. Now we got to simplify that a little bit. This one, I'll just bring it down here, is going to be 3/4 times minus 1/4 over 2x squared, right? Because 3/4 take away 1 is minus 1/4. You can do this on Desmos too. If you multiply this, it's going to be 3 times 1, and 4 times 4 is going to be minus 3/16. And that 2, this is 2 over 1. I'm going to flip it up to multiply by 1/2 x squared. So it's minus 3/32 x squared. Is that what they got? Yep, minus 3/32 x squared. That's the next term. And again, you could just type all this into Desmos. It'll do it much faster. Probably. Let me see, 3/4 times 3/4 minus 1. Let me just do it and show you what I mean. 3/4 over 3/4. Here we go. So it was a fraction, and it was 3/4 times, what was it? 3/4 minus 1 over 2. And what's the fraction? Minus 3/32. See that? Desmos is beautiful. So there it is. You can just do that in Desmos. You get the same answer. You want to do all that by hand? One more. We need one more term. Next term, I'll do it over here in a different color. R 3/4 times R minus 1 times R minus 2. So what's that going to be? That's going to be 3/4 times minus 1/4. Well, I was going to type it into Desmos. Who cares, right? I'm not going to try to work all this out by hand. Over 2 and over 3 factorial, which is 6, right? 3 times 2 times 1, 6. X cubed is going to be minus x cubed because we're plugging in minus x. So that'll be a negative term. We can see that is true, minus x cubed. So I'm going to type this over this into Desmos right now. Right. Okay, to Desmos we go. Oh, I can just come up here and just continue. Hey, this is nice. I like this. 3/4 minus 2 over, this is very nice, 3 times 2. There it is. Look at that, 5 over 128. It's nice. You just keep continuing on Desmos. 5 over 128. Desmos is a beautiful thing. 5 over 128, sure enough, times negative x cubed. So there we go. There's the first four terms coming from the binomial. Whoops, looks like I muffed that up. Here we go. Coming from the binomial series. And that's again in the notes. Where am I getting that? That's in the course notes, the binomial series. It's right there. There it is in the notes for a binomial series. And there we go.